Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm actually filming in a little different spot today. I'm having, I think, a mix between hay fever. I'm all stuffy. I could hear it in my last video. The weather's changing where I am, and just ever since I've been on and off of benzo, I've had nothing but, sinus and nasal and just things I've never had to experience before. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be in my comfy bed today instead of my original filming place. So I actually wanted to do a video today. Excuse me. Just kind of going on my thoughts with if you all caught the CNN last night, This Is Life with Lisa Ling. I'll go ahead and I don't know that it's on YouTube because it's already aired, so it may be, but I might be able to link, down below y'all to watch it if you missed it. But it was a whole, and I'm so grateful, Lisa Ling, if you're listening, thank you. Thank you for being brave enough, wise enough, and having enough courage to do the segment that you did last night, because rather the people that are complaining about how it wasn't done well or it didn't show justice, I beg to differ. I feel like last night a new world opened that we've been sitting in and just incubating for so long that we're gonna start to be heard and more change is on its way. And I kind of think, and I could be wrong, Lisa Ling, if you're out there, but the way that she left it, we actually did a viewing party in the Benzo House support group last night. But the way she left it is almost as if there may be part two. So, never know. I could be wrong, but like I said, I am more than grateful. I mean, any press media that we get in everything that the Benzo Coalition is doing and every seminar that they hold will equal something eventually. And remember, things take time. So, anyways, getting back, my brain I can't stay focused too long, but so it was on at 10 o'clock last night and it was called the Benzo Crisis. And Lisa Ling went in to talk about her father, who basically was prescribed Klonopin. And I won't get all the details right. I know I won't because it was late. There was a lot, and in my short-term memory right now is completely fried at this point. But I think it was amazing. Not only did she touch on water titration, which is so amazing because most people don't even know what that is. Doctors don't even know what that is. So water titration, groups, support groups. It didn't matter if she said Facebook or Benzo Buddies, groups were put out there. Chrissy, who sits on the Benzo Coalition, her amazing story of everything that's happened to her. I cannot say enough. And I think, let's be real, we're human. We're never happy to settle with what is. But like I said, in under an hour, I mean, what can you talk to in under an hour with, commercials and all this other stuff? And for those who don't know, this was not a special. Like, how do I want to say this? It wasn't like Lester Holt with Christy Huff. Like, that was an actual special that they ran, and it wasn't even that long, and poor Christy told her whole story. But what I'm saying is Lisa Ling, this is her TV show, because I know a lot of people were complaining that that they chose a really crappy day. They chose a crappy time and football being on and people more, intrigued with what's going on with that versus, this. But what people don't understand is This Is Life is her TV series. So she went out and investigated benzodiazepines. So it wasn't like she just threw it on at a specific time. And even had she, it was discussed. Is it really that serious? Like, I see so much ungratefulness and so much hate. We don't know what it takes to putting into filming and getting people together and getting deadlines done. All I know is, again, Lisa Ling, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to show in an hour that we are not addicts. We did not choose for this to happen. We did not know. We had a disorder and we went to our physician to seek help like anybody would with high blood pressure, thyroid, anything. And that's exactly what we did. And we were given a pill. And a pill that we did not know, had we known, would have done this. 99.9% of us would have said, no. Is there another way? But we did not know. None of us knew. And of course, none of us want to feel crappy. Do you want to have the flu for like the next 12 months? Do y'all go out and get a flu shot? Some of us don't agree with that, but you do. Just like, if with us, we don't want to have anxiety every day and feel as bad as we do. And when nobody else is telling us that therapy is a way or any other way is a way, we're going to believe what we were taught to believe. You believe a doctor because that's what they went to school to do. Unfortunately, not all doctors are bad, but not all doctors have our health card that they even care about us. They don't have our best interest or our health at that. So I really think that the hate, and again, I know this is just my channel and I'm just an everyday nobody, but I really think we need to look and focus on what was done. And that's honestly the whole way that I've gotten through benzo withdrawal. Stop focusing on the negative all the time. It's so easy to do. It is so easy to do. Let's focus on, we were aired. There was a investigation. She spoke to different people. No, there wasn't like a huge, there's no time to make a movie about it. I mean, we could, but the time frame and everything, I think she did amazing. And if you didn't all know, Lisa Ling this morning, and I wish I could read to you on my phone, but a woman had said that we were all making this bigger than it was, that she was prescribed benzos and she's doing just fine. And believe it or not, Lisa Ling said to her, we are not making this a big deal out of nothing. Then she went on to say, my pharmacist and my doctor told me, but sometimes we just need to be and stay on our benzos. You know what Lisa Ling said? None of us were addicts. None of us abused our meds, because she went on to insinuate that, drinking and the whole stigma of Xanax and drinking and having sex and all this other ridiculous stuff, that whoever created that title for it, that isn't all of us, number one. And number two, Lisa Ling stood up for us. That is amazing. Somebody who gets billions of views, for her show and for the work she's done. Not only that, it hit home because it affected her own father. So, you know what I'm saying, guys? Like, we need to stop. Well, I would have done this. I would have done that. I would have done this. I get that. I truly, truly do. There was a lot of things missing. And I know in my heart, Lisa Ling knows this. She knows, but she had to focus on the whole picture and take out the things where she knew they were of importance, but she really wanted to focus on other things at that moment. And that's what she did. And she did her best to make her best educated guess. Let's not hate on people, because when we start to become negative and hateful towards people, that's when they stop listening. That's when they stop, giving us media. That's when they stop, researching and going undercover with these issues, because everybody wants to fight. Stop fighting. Take the negativity that you have of the show last night and put it into doing something positive. Fight for somebody else out there who can't fight for themselves. Don't sit and just make everything an issue. Everything in the world doesn't have to be negative. You can find some positive out of every negative issue, every negative situation that you look at. You just have to look for it. So again, I'm a nobody. I really am. I'm somebody who just runs a group who wants others to find us so they're not alone. And I advertise as much as I can on Twitter and Instagram. And Instagram, actually, I'm starting to get the hang of. I use it for my personal use, but I didn't really know, like, oh, excuse me. I didn't really know, like, how to use it, like, for the Benzo house and things like that. So I'm learning. But so yeah, I mean, I just want to put us out there. The Benzo house, I know people have also another stigma about support groups, but I can promise you, I left support groups due to negativity, and I will not tolerate it in my group at all. We are not there to tell people what to do, but we are there to share what we've done. We are there to give advice, give support, not judge. And I'm telling you, my group has been going since May. No, we don't have thousands and thousands of people, but you know what? Out of like the 200 and almost 40 people that we have, we love, we are compassionate, we give courage where it's needed. We don't make people fear that they're progressing and others aren't. Support groups are just that, for support. And I will not tolerate that in my group. So please, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like just nobody understands, go onto Facebook, search the Benzo House. Twitter, you can follow us at the Benzo House, and also on Instagram, the Benzo House. Like I said, we are a non-judgmental group, and I just loved the other groups, and I'm grateful for where they've gotten me. But the negativity and the jealousy and just one progressing, one's not progressing, we still need to be there and be supportive of one another. We cannot bring somebody else down while we're feeling like we're in the pits. That's just like everyday life. We cannot do that to each other. It's not okay. It doesn't make one win over the other. We all lose. We all lose. We need to be there and be supportive for one another. What works for one may not work for all, but let's share. We don't tell people what to take. We don't tell people to go on other drugs. What we do preach about is do not cold turkey your med. Talk to your doctor. Find a doctor. Do not cold turkey any of your medication. That is dangerous. And again, we are not giving medical information. We are not telling people what to do. We are not doctors. We are supporting each other, just like an AA meeting, no different. We're there to listen. We're there to learn through each other, and we're there to be supportive. So like I said, guys, the hate last night and this morning that I saw broke my heart, because I feel like what we're doing in support groups is just, it's like we're going backwards. We don't want to do that. There's going to be negative Nellies. There's going to be negative Nancy's. The girl who is running her mouth on Twitter, I'm not going to release her name because I don't need people running in an army running to be hateful to her. But what I am saying is, she may feel that way, but until she realizes what we've all gone through and that none of us abused our drugs, she's not going to ever come to terms with this is real. Like, maybe she's scared. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to send her hate, but I do want to say, if you're out there, the person on Twitter that, really believes that we overexcited the whole, episode last night and feel like that we are all just a bunch of addicts, I will tell you and be real with you. I have people in my support group from as young as 20 and as old as almost 80. And nobody in my support group has ever abused their benzo. And a lot of us actually took less. I know I did. I was prescribed 1 milligram of Ativan, and it made me so sleepy and so, just dysfunctional. I couldn't function. And I didn't take it for insomnia. So I only took 0.5 every day. So my doctor cut it down to 0.5 every day. And now I've never had insomnia as far as before, like in my female issue area, I did temporarily, but now I have permanent insomnia where I'm taking a melatonin to sleep at night. I go to take naps and my body jerks awake. I can't even nap. So what I'm saying is, please, before you know the truth behind benzodiazepines, I'm sorry, y'all, my lips, I feel like I'm not, like, I'm retaining water, but I feel like it's not seeping. But just don't judge. Like, seriously, don't judge until you seriously know what we've all been through. I will never forget the shakes and lying in bed and the tremors and having to sleep with soundscape music because my mind kept going into all these crazy thoughts that I never thought of in my life. Seeing cars blow up and just vivid, horrible things that only being in hell could do to you. Don't judge other people. But if you don't really understand or believe what we're telling you, still don't judge us, because you're cutting us down and making people not believe us. Lisa Ling would have never have done a segment if she didn't believe in the work she did. She isn't just doing it to get views. Lisa Ling doesn't need to do that. So, you know, again, for the Twitter girl, if you need ever support, the Benzo house is open. But a lot of these people, I'm hearing from some members saying, oh my gosh, like my parents watched it, my aunt watched it, my cousin watched it, and they believe me now, Melissa. Do you know how good that feels after 4 years? Like, seriously, that feels so good to me. So whatever Lisa Ling did, if you think it wasn't enough or it was just a little bit and it should have been this or should have been that, it's causing change, and change is amazing. So please, everybody, take the negativeness. Take all the negativeness that you've got going on. And even when you find yourself in other groups or in your group, don't let those people hinder your healing. The negativeness kept me in this bed over 100 days ago. It kept me in this bed over almost 2 years ago, between my taper and in being off now. So if positive thinking and reinforcement and encouragement and love didn't do anything, I would still be lying in this bed right now. And although today is a different story because I'm not feeling good, but again, like I said, please guys, love each other, support each other. Not all groups are bad, just like not all doctors are bad. We don't want to be judged individually by a group. So no different than doctors want that, or, you know, bad apples in groups want to be that judged that way, or addicts versus people with dependencies. Nobody wants to be judged by a group, but we all have to start within ourselves to stop doing it too, because we're all guilty of it. Let's get people to heal. Let's keep supporting, and let's keep raising awareness. And again, Lisa Ling, thank you. I cried all through that amazing 1 hour of footage that you showed and the interviews that you did. And thank you to the people who are brave to be interviewed and put themselves out there raw like that. Thank you. Seriously. I cannot thank you all enough. Let's keep the Benzo house rolling. Let's keep subscribing, sharing these videos. Let's follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. You know, as far as join our group, you can be anonymous. You can set up a Facebook where we don't even have to know your name. I just want to know that these people are safe, they're not alone, and they know what's happening to them. So until then, guys, like I said, I just wanted to kind of, it might have been all over the place, but, you know, just kind of put in my thoughts about the, you know, segment last night. And again, I cannot thank everybody who was brave enough to do what they did. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you later. Bye.